Hello, and welcome to this video demonstrating the creation of an Oracle Linux instance on Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. All Oracle Cloud Infrastructure compute instances run on cloud-optimized hardware. When creating compute instances, there are options available for the types of hardware used, bare metal or virtual machine. Instances created using bare metal shapes are run on dedicated hardware, which provides for strict hardware isolation and a higher level of performance. Instances created from virtual machine or VM shapes run on shared hardware under the control of a hypervisor. A hypervisor controls the isolation between VM instances, and the performance is typically less than bare metal. Bare metal and VM instances have the same access to firmware, software stacks, storage, and network infrastructure. Let's go to our web console for Oracle Cloud Infrastructure and create a new instance. Here we are looking at our compute instances list. To create a new instance, we click on the Create Instance button. At any time in the dialog, I can select the Help button and select to see related documentation on what I'm doing. For example, I can go straight to the Creating an Instance documentation page and get extensive details on all the selections in the instance creation dialog. Back in the dialog, I'll give the new instance the name MOR-TEST50-OL7. For this demonstration, I will select the availability domain AD3. By default, we are offered the latest version of Oracle Linux Image for our new instance, but to see other options and possibly change to a new image, we select the Change Image button. From the Image Source drop-down, we can select the catalog of images to choose from. Platform and Oracle images are Oracle-provided operating system images, which include a range of Linux distributions in Microsoft Windows Server. Partner images are trusted third-party images built on various pre-configurations. You can also choose a custom image, which is a system image taken from another instance, either in the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure or from an external source. You can select an available boot volume option, which is very helpful because you can apply a configuration to a shape with a greater memory and CPU resources. Or you can apply an Oracle Cloud Identifier, or OCID value, of an Oracle-provided image. These OCID values are found in the release notes of the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure documentation, and remember the OCID value is specific to a region. We will keep the default selection of the Oracle Linux 7 version in the list of the platform images. Beside our selection, we also see two drop-down boxes for this image, further allowing us to define the version of Oracle Linux 7 and also the image build date. Clicking on the advanced options for our image, we get these drop-down boxes again, but now also get a reference list of image shapes which will be compatible with our chosen image. This reference list will refresh based on the options chosen in the drop-downs. We're happy with the selection already made, so we'll just click Cancel instead of saving changes. If we make a new selection, we would click on the Select Image button, but as we have not changed any settings, it's not active, so we click Cancel to return to our instance setting dialog. By default, we have been offered the AMD VM standard E3 Flex shape, but to select a different shape, we select Change Image. Here we choose between virtual machine or bare metal for the instance type. We will leave as virtual machine. We can select our CPU type from AMD, Intel, and specialty and legacy types. With AMD offered as a flexible default, I can change the OCPU and memory allocations for the shape. Specialty and legacy shapes are special purpose shapes and those based on previous generation Intel and AMD processors. But we want to use Intel current generation processor, so we click on this. This presents the available shapes to select from, and I can choose one based on the purpose of our instance and available quotas for our tenancy. As this is the demonstration, we select the VM standard 2.1, which gives us one OCPU, 15 GB of memory, and 2 vNICs. If the shape we select results in exceeding our available quota, later when we attempt to create the instance, we will get an error and be allowed to change our shape selection then. Scrolling down to networking, we choose the Virtual Cloud Network, or VCN, and subnet that our primary virtual network interface card, or VNIC, will be connected to. Before creating an instance, you must have a VCN with at least one subnet to which your instance can be connected. The instance primary VNIC will have at least one IP address from the CIDR block range assigned to the subnet it's connected to. We have the options to create a new VCN and subnet, and even select the subnet based on OCID. I want to select the VCN from a different compartment, so first I click on the Change compartment, then select the Networks compartment, and then take the VCN called DEV TEST1-IAD.VCN. I will also click on the Change compartment to change the compartment for the subnet to Networks, and then select the common.sub subnet. If you want a public IP address, you need to have a public subnet configured to select from. We don't need a public IP address, so we leave the Do Not Assign option selected. Next, to authenticate connections to our instance, we need to provide an SSH public key, which is put in the authorized keys file and used to authenticate SSH connections to the instance. There are options to generate a new public and private key files, upload a public key file, or even paste the contents of a public key file. We select Choose Public Key Files and then drag and drop our public key file into the dialog box. For boot volume, we will leave the selections blank to take the default 46 GB volume size. But the first checkbox is there if we needed the option to specify a custom size for our boot volume. This is enough to get our instance running, so we will click Create to begin the provisioning. Remember, if we selected a shape type that we did not have any quota left for, we would get an error now telling us we've exceeded the quota. For this case, we would just scroll back up and select the new shape that we have quota for. While the instance is being built, we are brought to the details page for it. The provisioning status indicates it is currently being built, but not ready. While we wait, we can see information showing choices we made in the configuration dialog. We see the VCN selected, which defines the subnet the instance is connected to, and we see the IP address assigned to the primary VNIC from this subnet CIDR block. We see the image name with its version and build date. Once the status changes to running, the instance is up and we can connect to it using the SSH private key from our key pair and access the command line. Switching to the PuTTY tool, I will create a connection to the instance using the IP address of the instance from the details page and the SSH private key from the key pair, and connecting with the default username of OPC for the instance. We see the connection was done using our SSH key pair and we are placed at the prompt for our OPC user. Just for example, I run the command cat/etc/system-release and it returns the Oracle Linux version 7.9 as per the image we chose to build the instance. Oracle provides an extensive number of resources which you can use to learn more about this subject and others. Use the links here to find more content about this video, as well as Oracle Linux and using Linux on Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. That's the end of the video. Thanks for watching.